Alright. I've got movement keys on now. I was just recording something without the use of movement keys. And it was a very bad idea, because you probably want to be able to see the movement keys for this. Now this is a tutorial for the Gunless category. We're going to cover mostly the levels that you may have difficulty completing Gunless. Either it involves a different strategy to a beginner or intermediate any % run, or it's just completely unique due to it being Gunless, like with Escape 2. This is the big one. So we'll cover Escape 2 first, since it's the most difficult one to complete for a lot of new runners. We're going to cover the prop route and just the basic safer route. So really, the main thing with Escape 2 that you're going to need to learn is how to just jump off the wall and strafe back. And you can do this either trying to get speed or trying to just stay close to the wall. Your main goal will just be to build and keep momentum as long as you can. Because as you can see, with this method, you will die because you are losing height over time. Now to compensate for this, you're looking to get as much height as possible. That's why there is prop jumping, so you can start up a lot higher. You want to be using the wall ride up, jumping at the peak of the wall ride, jumping back. The other way to gain height is corner climbing. Just wall jumping off the two walls here in the corner will give you plenty of height to complete the level. There's a couple ways that you can complete here. This is more of a beginner route, I'd say. Just playing it safe. Going for corner climbs as much as possible. If you can land this. And once you're here, you can either do corner climbs up to here. If you're fancy though, you can just jump off an air strafe and bounce up here. And then once you're over in this area, you just corner climb at the very end to complete the run. So you can really just make use of the corners to gain height, and as long as you can figure out how to do the wall running, basically, where you're wall jumping off and re-landing on the wall, you'll be good. And you can jump either to this wall here and do corner climbs over here to start. But really, you should be able to reach that wall first, just from jumping over here and doing some very simple wall jumps and landing on the wall again. From which point you would simply corner climb. Again, to corner climb, you're just using your movement keys to slow yourself down. You're not moving too far away from the wall. And then you're wall jumping off at the peak of your jump. Continue to gain height. Now, another way to finish this level, if you have a lot more speed and your air strafing's a little bit better, when you get enough speed here, you can actually make this jump across. And jump across like this. Now you have a lot more speed for this ending section, which hopefully you'll be able to make it. Ideally, you'll have enough speed to where you'll be making that pretty easily. Oh no. Just make sure you get enough height at the very end. Very sad if you mess up like that. So those are very beginner-friendly strats. Corner climbing either on that corner to start or that corner. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. I definitely recommend, if you're gonna use no props, aim to corner climb on the far corner down the level. It'll be a lot faster. Now, prop jumping. So with this strategy, you're gonna wanna be jumping forward and to the right and grabbing the prop and holding it up to the right. You can kind of feel out how you want to move. You can hold forwards right, forwards left. It's kind of a feel-based thing. But as long as you can get the height here, you're honestly very good to go. Because if you have this much momentum, you'll gain a little extra height on these corner sections. you can do some interesting things here. But the main concern, this saves a lot of time compared to, you know, doing corner climbing from the very bottom. You can do a prop jump out here. Careful not to bump the ceiling, actually. That's a good note. But if you're about midway up the wall, you're not going to have enough height or speed to do any of the faster completions of the level. So definitely recommend climbing up to the top, jumping off, using some air strafing to build speed. And then you can build speed some more, do a crouch jump. I bumped the window there, that's not very good. It does take a lot of practice to get these types of tricks down and movement patterns, but essentially that's what you're looking to do. Now where things get really crazy here is prop fling, or just an advanced version of prop jumping. You can get a lot of forward speed with the prop jumps. Enough to honestly have enough height for this section here. This is a more advanced route. That's what you'll see what top level runners doing. As you can see, you have a lot more speed throughout the whole run, and you didn't even spend time corner climbing, so you're completing in like under 30 seconds on average. That is probably the best case scenario for a lot of, you know, more beginner, intermediate level runners if you're looking to learn Gunless for the first time. All I can really say for the prop jumping, try to at least copy the starting jump, which is just, it literally is just a forwards jump to the right. And as you're jumping over the table, you grab it, and as you're passing by it, you just can hold forwards right, forwards left, depending on where the table is. You can see like where the table's going based on that white line. That's the, will tell you where the prop is. So you can jump on it with right jumps and then left jumps as you're about to fall off when you want to disengage. And then you're just going to start air strafing from there. And then you complete the rest of the level as you would. Now there's a more advanced strategy that you can pull off with a prop fling, which uses the prop jump setup. And then you're basically getting extra speed by boosting the prop into you. Now you can technically boost the prop into you while you're wall running. I'm not very good at this because I haven't really found a need for it. I've not practiced it, but it is possible. There you go. A good prop fling will give you a lot of speed, save you a lot of time on that beginning section there, which just, the more speed you can get in the beginning, the faster it's going to be. It will just compound. Now, to perform prop fling and the prop fling setup, you'll need your pause button on some sort of key or button that's really easily accessible. I personally use right mouse button. I've found my pause to right mouse. So what you'll need to do to prop freeze is be holding grab, hit pause, release grab while you're paused, and then unpause. This locks the prop in the grabbed state and anchors it to where you last were holding it. And then to reinitiate the grab, you simply hold left click as usual. And so the setup you want to do here is about 3 jumps, where you want to get at least around up to this height here. Like the last couple, the last 2 rows there or in between of these squares. Right up here. As you're about to be hitting the wall, just like that brief space there, this is about where you're aiming to freeze the prop. You don't want to be too close to the wall because then the prop itself will kind of collide and get stuck on it when you fling. You want it to be hovering off the side of the wall. And this is because when you initiate the fling, you want it to be coming along the wall and slightly towards you. So freeze there. So we got the freeze timing here, right up there. And my setup for the fling itself, I'm looking just a little bit up and to the left, compared to where the wall is. And that really helps with just the alignment of the prop. It doesn't get on the wall at all. You just kind of have to feel this out for prop fling. And then if you mess up the prop fling, it's not really a need to worry unless your initial prop jumps are really slow. But you can just complete the level as if you were just doing a regular prop jump route if you mess up prop fling. So there's not a whole lot of risk involved. This section's the easy part. Once you get down to here, maybe do a couple jumps in the corner and a quick completion. So I could go into double fling. That is a world record strategy, so I'm not sure how many will be using it unless you want to practice it. It's a bit more nuanced to set up the second fling. It involves some other tech like dismounting strafes, because these are actually quicker to hug the wall as opposed to a regular wall jump, and it allows you to kind of maintain your position on the wall. I'll show you how it's used. We have one fling, pausing about here. There, second fling. And usually with second fling, you'd be basically aiming to go top route with that. Like this. Top route, left wall ride, jumping across. Okay, well, usually you have enough speed to cross that gap to go directly towards the milk. I did not in this case, probably because I didn't wall jump off that left wall. I lost a lot of height. It's very much a level you gotta practice and see what's comfortable for you. I highly recommend, at least for beginners, a simple jump to the right, grab the prop, aim up, get to the wall. This is how you will be completing this level in a decent time frame, because you don't want to be spending, if you don't do that prop jump, it could take you like a whole almost a minute to complete the level if you're just going for the corner jumps at the beginning. So you really just have to feel out your speed and feel out these jumps. But again, you can play it as safe as you want. The safest way to go is to use corner jumps as often as you can. Yeah, that kind of sums up Escape 2 for kind of beginning, intermediate to advanced level. Now, as for levels that you might not typically see gunless, you might not typically use gunless strats on these next levels. These include Sandbox 0, Sandbox 1, maybe Sandbox 2, definitely Sky 0. Sky 1 is just a little more difficult for a lot of players, because a lot of times people are relying on the grapple gun or the boomer gun. And then Sky 2, that one's pretty straightforward gunless, and most people, that's the first strat, is that you complete that level gunless. So we don't really cover Sky 2. Let's start with Sandbox 0. So Sandbox 0 is actually really simple. I'll give 2 or 3 routes for this one. The beginner route is very easy. Just some B-hops, you can do some crouch jumps, around the corner, straight to here. Very straightforward. You don't even need to be doing a lot of movement. Some basic air strafing, some basic stuff. Really simple strategy. Now for a little more advanced here, you can go over this way, wall jumps, and over to here. I'm really bad at this one. as you can tell. It's not my preferred method. My preferred method for that route is actually to do this, which is basically, it's maybe more precise, but I like it better. Now that's another way you can do it. I wouldn't recommend that one though, because I seem to be the only person comfortable doing it. But if you're comfortable with your movement and if you understand edge jumps a bit, you could go for the more advanced route, which is a setup where reverse edge jump off of here. You get about a 5-second time. This one is simply just a strafe jump. You want to be wall jumping right off the edge of that little wall section here. You're going to get like a wall right in the middle, jump off the very edge, because that'll give you a bit of a wall right edge jump to give you speed and height. Once you land on the wall, you kind of have to feel out the timing for that reverse edge jump, but it's basically jump, uncrouch. You want to hold jump the whole time for it, but basically line up here, jump, uncrouch. You don't need to really worry about it. It'll look kind of weird visually, but the timing is pretty straightforward there. If you just follow that kind of timing. So that's, you know, very simple, straightforward Sandbox 0. Now Sandbox 1, you need a bit of decent movement to complete this one. Just basic air strafing and basic crouch jumping. So it's just crouch jumps the whole way. Crouch jump, crouch, ball jump, and then 2 more crouch jumps with some basic air strafing. That's really all there is to it. You just need to space them out properly. They kind of set themselves up. You just, if you have good movement, you just want to make sure you're not going too fast, because you could miss the, you could overshoot the final jump to then get to the end. So that's really all I have to say on that one. More advanced strats include like basically prop flings like that. And if you know how to do prop flings, that's kind of a big feeling based type of strat. You basically are jumping out with a no crouch jumps, 1B hop, and you're just aiming to be doing this type of path where you're coming along this left side, and then you just aim like basically for it to hit you. You want to initiate the prop fling either at peak of your jump or when you're starting to fall. And then the angle just kind of depends on where you've set up, if that makes sense. It depends on your position, you know, but the angle I'm normally going for is just like top right-ish. Just looking up into the right. Hold the table in the right direction. It's a big feeling-based thing for prop fling. That's all I'll say. So you can try to copy what I do, but the path is important, and then the timing of the prop fling is the second important part to that. Now, Sandbox 2. This one, a lot of people try to use the shotgun, and so if you're not using the shotgun, there are a couple simple ways to complete the level. One of which, wall jumps, use the slide, wall ride, wall jump, get some air strafing for some speed. You can air strafe a bit more. Hold jump on this, it'll lower your heights, and easy completion. That's very straightforward there. If you want to go a little bit faster, a good beginner gunless strat is simply to skip those wall jumps by doing that. Going a wall jump off that section. That'll significantly decrease the, oh, you don't want to go too fast. Significantly decrease your time if you're able to skip doing multiple wall jumps here. So it's just a crouch jump, strafe, and a jump there. You can do a crouch wall jump, you can do a regular wall jump. If you can't make it to this wall, you can simply land onto the red slide and then continue the route as usual. If you are more advanced and you have good movement, you can get to this wall like I said earlier. Go for some jumps, get a crouch jump, and then do a jump off here and go directly to the milk. So depending on how much speed you're getting, how comfortable you are with your movement, what you want to practice, those are some options for Gunless on SB2. Escape 1 is very straightforward, we won't cover that. Alright, for Escape 3, we'll cover Escape 3 since some people use shotgun. You can do a couple things. You can either just walk in here, jump along here, and get to the end. Like, that's pretty simple. Another way, if you want to learn prop jumping, is to simply jump on the wall, grab the prop, jump off, lift up in front of you with your momentum, and then just complete the level like this. It's actually like faster than shotgun round if you have good, decent movement, or not even that good of movement in order to get better than shotgun round. So very straightforward. There's nothing really to go over there. Prop jumping is something you just need to keep in mind. It's timing. You start low and then you in the same direction that you're moving. So as you pull up, you're pulling the prop into you, you're holding jump, and so you're getting multiple jumps and more speed with it. You just wall jump to this side, and the speed will carry you to the end. A faster way to do this, you can optimize this pretty well. This is honestly a strat or variations of it. There's optimizations you can make, but this is used in like top level runs. But it's very straightforward. But that's a quicker way to complete Gunless Escape 3. Now let's cover Sky Zero. This one will be tricky for a lot of people, since normally you've got the gun. Now the way that you need to complete this level is by alerting the boomer guy who's up there. In order to do that, you walk to the edge here and just jump. It'll alert him. It'll alert him if you're on the very edge, and he'll be shooting at you. Now what you want to be doing here is essentially, once you alert him, you can start tapping to the left, and once he shoots, you jump. The reason you're tapping to the left is that it's hard to react to him. And so if you're constantly doing very small taps to the left, kind of circling on the platform there, you're prepared to have sidestepped that grenade so it doesn't explode in your face. And so the way you can do that, again, if you don't make it to the very end, you can just go here and go for some crouch jumps. Just wall ride to the end. This guy may try to kill you. He's a menace. He will kill you if you're not careful. So, but ideally, the completion of this route would look something along this lines. Where if you can air strafe, you can get straight to the end for a decent time. So that's the only thing really to cover. You just have to practice alerting the enemy, however you're comfortable, and then you can even aim to just land on one of these platforms, do a crouch jump and finish. You just gotta be careful about that guy there. Alright, now Sky 1. This one, you will be alerting the enemy. You need the boomer guy for this one. You're going to take the speed from the boomer, carry it to the rest of the level. So for beginners, you want to probably be landing on here, doing a jump. If you have not enough speed, you can try to land on the orange square. But once you get past this area, it's pretty straightforward. You can wall jump here, you can wall right off that. Ideally, you'll just be getting enough speed off of this. I'm so practiced in this that it's hard to do it in a different way. You'll be air strafing, and then you'll be jumping off of here. You can jump off here, wall jump, and wall jump to the end. This one's honestly just practice. Alert the enemy. The more speed you can get off that grenade, the better. Because with this one, you don't even have enough speed to make it to the red walls to continue. So we'll talk about the grenade jump lineup real quick. Because if you get this, you can wall jump off of this, and make an edge jump thing. Use the wall jumps there. For the grenade lineup, I want you to take notice. Basically, wherever that enemy, the boomer guy, wherever he ends up, you want to be aiming just a little bit to the right of him. So about like here-ish, because he'll shoot the grenade, and you're essentially just wanting to walk forward and then strafe to the left to get more in front of the grenade explosion. And you can do like a crouch jump with this. That's actually recommended for the best jump. Let's do a crouch jump. Ideally, it looks something like this. If you get that amount of speed, it's very easy to take it to the rest of the level. So when you're practicing this, definitely focus on getting a good grenade boost. The best one will be under the platform, but if you are having issues with the height of that one, you can go around here and try to like do something there. You can build up speed here with air strafing if you take a wide route and just play more speed. So yeah, grenade jump's the most important part here. Aim just a little bit to the right of the boomer guy, about in between these platforms. And you can run forward and then hit left to walk around the pipe. The pipe. It's a boomer gun. It's a grenade. What is this, Team Fortress 2, where you call them pipes? So yeah, that's kind of how you do Sky 1. It's just a movement level, but the main important thing is alerting the enemy, line up. And if you, like, I don't know, let's say you go low, I don't know, I'm trying to mess up here. If you don't have enough speed, or let's say you're like, you wall right into here, you can just try to wall jump off of those red walls. Those are going to be your friend there. If anything's off about your lineup, like let's say, oh, I do this, you can try to wall jump off one of these. I just go wall edge jump. Oh, I do have enough speed with some good air strike. You basically just have to grind it out. Practice that grenade jump. Ideally, do a crouch jump. But again, walk forward and then left. You just have to get used to the timing. This angle that I'm looking at here is very helpful for basically lining up your movement for this grenade jump. So I definitely recommend, again, the boomer guy's there, look to the right, forwards, and then left. So, however is most comfortable for you to get around to the front of the grenade. And then if you want to be spicy about it, you can jump, do a crouch jump to alert him sooner and get in position. I've been practicing reverse edge jump here, so this is my timing has been for the whole time. Okay. That mostly covers it, actually. Sky 2 is really straightforward tutorial. You should be completing tutorial, well, if you watch the sub 2 guide or the 130 guide, that'll have Gunless tutorial. The 130 guide will have a Gunless Escape 0. And then Sky 2 Gunless, that's very straightforward here. Well, I'll just run through the routes really quick. And then escape 1, of course, you can do a simple jump over here. Try to go for wall clip if you like, but really just completing the level, as usual. Yeah, I don't know. Sky 2, boop, boop, boop. Okay. Well, there you go. Bye.